Patron, take them away.
Okay, guys and girls, very quick video today because it's just going to be me trading a market that I've already said to the guys. We had a great chat on Zoom. Bear with me while I have a coffee. Winky's been good today. She made me a coffee because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee.
I always make a coffee.
And she's working today, so that's even better. So she's earning money and not actually spending money.
Are you serious?
Give me time.
You're not kidding. And what does she do? Well, she makes these things. So if you look in the shelf below, you'll be able to get a little trading mug. Cheap. Keep her smiling. And she makes them with her own fair hand. Well, she designs them and gets somebody to do it for her. Isn't that right?
It is right, yeah.
Sexy bitch.
You are the most immature man I've ever met.
Sure, but I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Not.
Oh, God, give me strength.
Right. Let's have a look, see if the charts are sexy. We shall see. Okay. So, the guys are doing quite well on the small assets, which I'm really pleased with at the moment. But I've just dropped into here a trade idea, which is this. It's pound JPY. Now, I also stepped it a bit further for these guys where they can actually see what I'm doing. I'm looking to buy this thing. It's got the time of when it goes in as well. It's a B trade. Now, I only look for A and B setups mainly, and we are targeting 14 pips. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Now, this is part of the strength sheet, and as we can see, the pound is relatively strong. JP at the bottom, which attracted me. It's pulled it into this box, which helps pick out strongest, weakest contenders, and this is derived from the ATR. Now, if I come down here, it'll tell me to look at the 1 hour chart, which is why it's telling me there, and etc, etc. And it reckons it's a fair trade. Okay. So, with that, get that out the way. What else can we take from this? Well, I'm going to now build this up. So, if I come out to the daily, we can see I've already got my levels all pre-marked. You can understand why I might want to buy it. It's in a genuine upward move, and we are pushing against this move here. Okay. Take it into 4 hours so I can have a look. Again, we've got a strong move here, and it's now moving against this move. Now, I'm going to be putting some extra levels in. These are the key levels that I'm looking for. But if I put a retracement on this particular move on the 4 hour chart, if I put it on an hour, it would show the same thing. What you'll start seeing is it's cracked the 23 and it's moving towards the 38, which is a key reaction point to target here and then eventually up into the 50. So if I drop this down into 1 hour, this will start becoming a little bit more clearer. This area here is probably a good target. So what I'm looking for is a clearance of around 14 pips. So let's measure 14 pips out, which is there. Well, that means I've only got to really target this blue line. So really anywhere down to this line here is probably pretty darn good. So let's start working that out. Well, let's have a look, see what's happening here. Well, we've also got this move here to work against consolidation. Now, if you look at fib retracements and you understand how a fib works, they work in 3 phases. There is the drive, the compression or consolidation, whichever one you want to call it. I call it compression because it's really this crunching in, it's being compressed. And then there's the explosive move. Now, it'll move to the downside or it'll break to the top. That's the thing. So it's 1 move, 2 moves, and then the final move. Now, with this, it seems to be struggling heavily. If it is going to come back on itself, where's it going to come back to? Well, again, put another fib on it. We'll get rid of this fib here, just so that it's not too messy. started down here and got as high as here. Now, we know markets like to go to 50%, or at least try to. So again, the 50% is in and around this level. So if I'm to stage all the way back down to here to get to there, that's not too bad, to be honest. But also you might think, hold on a second here, the gap from there to there is a hell of a lot bigger than the gap from there to there. You're right, it is. But if I stage down to here, the gap from there to there is tiny and the gap up there is massive. So it's all how you put a perspective on it. When you're looking at all this risk reward, I'm only doing 5 pips to get 10. Right? Argue with me if you're making a living from it. But if you're not, you might understand why you're not making a living from it. Because you've got more chance of losing than you have of winning. And you're making wrong choices. Break your position up, stage it backwards. And what you'll find is your exposure is less and your upside is more. And it's a game of opposites. You're going backwards to move forwards. And once you've figured that concept out, your trading gets a hell of a lot better. So it doesn't really matter where you enter the market. You can try to be as pit perfect as you like. But I'll say it again, unless you're making a living from it, don't argue. Because you're looking for something that doesn't exist. A holy grail. I'm looking for something that doesn't exist. Her in the girl bikini because you threw it out.
I didn't throw it out.
You did. You murdered the doll and it had it on it. Sure. Right. Let's have a little bit bigger deep into this. Okay. Right. Now if I was looking at this chart, would it tell me anything? No. Tell me jack all. If I was looking at the 15-minute chart, would it tell me anything? No. It'd tell me jack all. Which is why I need to look at this. This does tell me something. Because when you're zoomed in and you're only seeing this part of the puzzle, you can't get a gauge of what's going on. This is telling me it's pushed up, it's come down, it's failed to get any lower, and then it's come up, it's compression here. The chances are it's going to try and come back up because that's what it's showing. And how do I know that? Simply by color counting. There is more green than there is red. So my aim is for this market to move up. Now I've already worked it out. I do have a bias engine that works things out for me. And what that does is, if you bear with me, I'll kind of drag it in for you. Is this. It starts working things out for me. Okay. And it's very good at what it's doing. I do have a bigger one, which I'll flash on, which checks everything. And that's the ultimate one. Now, the film bias is just an overview. This is the nitty gritty. Tells me exactly what's going on. And from here, I can then work out what my strength is. And that part of the engine looks at quite a few different configurations. And then it tells me exactly what to do. Which in this case is buy it. And you've got to be able to understand what the 3 baskets are. And if you can understand 3 baskets and 3 click, you're halfway to trend. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy this. We're going to look to get, I don't know. I'm done for the month. I don't need any more wages this month. And that's the other thing. We discussed this in the Zoom call this morning. If you don't need to trade, why are you trading? That's because you're gambling. You gamble, you lose. You work it as a job, fine. And if you've done your job and you're paid, do I really want the overtime? No. So let's get into this. I'll let it run. What you were doing is I'm looking to get it from here, roughly into this blue line, and I'll be happy. And if I make 50 quid, I'm happy with 50 quid. Simple as that. Catch you soon, guys. Okay, boys and girls. Job's done. Did my job. You done your job?
Yeah. No, I haven't actually. I haven't got a first job.
No, she's gone from working to spending. There's a shocker. Grandson's birthday, and apparently it's all these Christmases coming at once. Fucking soft ass that you are. Give him a bloody pound in a card. Apparently I'm a grumpy old man.
You dirty old man.
And you're a spendthrift. Marlene! Right, had me coffee, got me trade. Fuck it, I didn't care. No trades left, no orders running. 75 quid when I was looking for 50. The execution was correct. It was done on a 5 candle countback at the time, which was looking at this peak. Guys in the squad will know exactly what that means. It was mapped out fully using fibs so I can understand what was going on, and then it was targeted correctly. So when we're looking at this, and the guys themselves were jumping on the train, and they go, they all know, and sure enough, he's jumping on the train as well. It's not a bad idea to jump on what I'm doing, but what I'll also stress is you must also make it your own choice. I'm not right all the time, but I do know how to get out of trouble if I'm wrong. So whenever the guys see things, it's not a signal service, it's a hand-holding service. Very different, very different. So that's that. Job's done. So like I say, trade was very quick today. It was really just to show you a process. Actually, if I flick that back just a second, you'll see I was right to pull the plug on that level because it's stalled bang on it pretty much to the pin. If you know how to draw your levels, you're halfway there. And it's as simple as that. So there you go. It's just to show consistency. And I'll try and get myself back on the whiteboard a bit more. I'm sort of coming back into it after having a break. We'll see. The Popeyes and the Trolleys of this world are still making it a misery, so that's kind of why I'm stepping back a little bit. But if you want to catch me, come down into the squad. I'm there every day. I make videos for them every day. And I have a Zoom call with them every day as well. So if you don't see me, that's where you'll find me. So as always, guys, trade well. Keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.